consciousness, how the consciousness is changing during your meditation, as well as how it progresses in each and every stage you're progressing in meditation. Babaji himself, as all of you know, was born in Parangipettai, Pottanur, Kadalur district of Tamil Nadu, 203 AD. And as some of you know his history, briefly, when he was 5 years old, as a son of the priest of Shiva temple in Parangipettai, he was kidnapped by a person who sells children for slavery. And he was in North India for quite a long time, from 5 years to 15 years or so. And during this time, a lot of change in his life happened. The guy who purchased him in West Bengal left him free in a year or two, knowing Babaji, the child, greatness of knowing some of the Hindu chants and knowing the disciplinary attitude of Babaji. He was so impressed by him, and pretty much the guy who bought him thought he should be set free on his own. So from that time onwards, Babaji was in the company of great seers and saints of northern part of India. And at a time, he was one of the great orator of all ethics. And all our Hindu scriptures, people are following him a lot. There was a stage at which Babaji thinks of himself as knowing of the scriptures, knowing of the rituals, but not knowing his own self. So he was looking for guidance through Lord Shiva, and he was directed by Lord Shiva to go to south to get initiation into meditation by one of the 18 Siddhas, Bhavanatha. And there he started his meditation, and then after that, Bhavanatha sent him to a sage, Siddha Agastya, and he learned Kriya Kundalini Pranayam, and then he practiced these techniques for 18 months continuously to attain Shuddha Samadhi, and that's where he is even today, in Himalayas, in Gaurishika Pidamashram. The reason why I'm telling this is we are going to talk a little bit on how consciousness can develop to the godly level, godly consciousness. Baba is a very good example to demonstrate this great event that can happen to any human soul, and he has himself as a great evidence. Now, according to Siddha's concept, the normal consciousness, our waking consciousness, during meditation, travels through all the imprints, as we used to say in our class, all the imprints, prarabdha karma imprints, chanchita karma imprints, deep into the ocean of the guardianous substratum, as we always talk about. And we touch this bottom of the ocean of thought, the origin of thought. We come across the transcendental consciousness. That's the little higher level of consciousness by which we can fathom the world. Siddhas, Babaji himself says, it's almost like in awakened consciousness, when you think of the universal energy or God or Adiparashakti or Shiva, When you think of that, we are almost trying to measure an ocean by a small cup. That's a waking consciousness. But when you try to measure the same, think of the God, think of the universal energy or the Parashakti. Transcendental consciousness, of course, your mind is expanding to a big, big level. Maybe you can say to the level of Atlantic Ocean. And then you look at the world. At least now, with that expanded consciousness, you can measure, you can understand, you can realize, you can feel the ocean of consciousness in the universe. When you do more meditation, more introspection and other techniques, yes it does. The transcendental consciousness goes to the higher level. We call this cosmic consciousness, where you attune with the universal consciousness, universal level of awareness. And the higher from the cosmic consciousness, you evolve, we go to further evolution. It's almost like measuring the ocean of consciousness with a small cup, and then to the level of, bigger level like an Atlantic Ocean. And then to the level of complete ocean itself, you become part of the ocean. We call that godly consciousness. The consciousness which can understand the creation, which can understand the destruction, which can understand the maintenance of the whole universe. We call that godly consciousness. When the consciousness expands the normal human level of waking consciousness towards all these levels. And of course, in many of these scriptures, you can see the words like Turiyam, Turiyadi, and all those. This is really what they mean by those words. Transcendental, cosmic, and godly consciousness. And then further, the Siddhas say you can even go to the unity consciousness, where you live with the godly consciousness in the world, but at the same time you do your duties. That's the highest level of consciousness which Siddhas have attained. They get the immortality, Surava Samadhi, from the idea of function of the world. They want, they can get a material body, or they can remain in the light body, a transparent, non-physical body, whichever they want, because they have the complete control of all the 5 elements which make up the body. Now, even though this looks like a theory, there are a lot of evidences in Babaji's life, as we talked about earlier. Babaji himself demonstrated this consciousness, the deepest level of meditation. And he went to the godly consciousness. He says how it feels like when he is in godly consciousness. Babaji has blessed us with this knowledge. So I'm going to read the way as he say how it feels like to be in godly consciousness. This is what Babaji says in one of his books. When he attains the godly consciousness, the awareness, the way he feels. Babaji says, he feels, I am existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. I am that by very nature. I cannot be anything else but that as I am. That alone without a beginning and an end. It is my real inner nature. I am the absolute one, all in myself. None exists save I, in and through all that exists. I am ever all existence itself. I am the changeless one in the midst of all the changes. I am the formless in all forms. Change is linked up with form, and form change. But I am the two. I am not susceptible to. I am not susceptible to all the ills of the flesh that exist crawling under the feet of form and change. I am the monistic unity here, there, and everywhere, and at all times. Nay, at all times. Where is happiness? Except in perfect realization of the one without the second. I feel I am all happiness itself. All bliss I am. All joy I am. It is only my bliss that is being felt and enjoyed by everyone in a dimmer or brighter magnitude, consciously or unconsciously. All bliss is infinity, and infinity alone is bliss. All I am, indeed, Brahman. The basic principle from which the whole universe seems to have come. I am the same in each and everything. I am all peace and all calm within myself. I am of the nature of being, brightness and bliss absolute. There is not even an iota of doubt about this. This is my eternal truth. I am the one monastic, permanent entity, the whole world, which is made up of broken fragments of delusion, of fickle and flattening modifications, and of the glitter of fool's gold. I seek myself in the very heart of delusion, undeluded, ever steady and steadfast in all his tumblings and tumblings, in all his tumblings and stumblings. I am always firm in all its freedoms. I am always firm in all its freedoms. I am the one eternal truth in all falsehood. I am the pure bliss of perfect freedom. I am the simple life of eternity. I am the one light of everlasting truth. I am the virgin love of immortality. I am the essence of all pervading infinity. I am the one light of everlasting truth. I am the soul breath of all nature. I am truth, freedom, life, light, and love. I am eternity, immortality, infinity. I am one without a second, the one all and all in all. I am the supreme wisdom, unconcerned with all the trade the Jiva carries on with Jagat. I am the subtlest of the subtle, an embodiment of indivisibility itself. Eternal knower am I of the triplet, namely, I am the triplet, namely subject, object, and their relation. And also I am a fundamental background on which they express themselves on the relative plan. I share the sun and the origin and the purity of the moon. I am the twinkling spark in the star and the sustaining principle in the universe. I shine, the sun shines. The sun warmly whispers unto me of my eternal presence in it. I am really myself in everything of the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the whole cosmos. I am Atman without a form. I am Atman without a form, incapable of division and of everlasting bliss. I am ever immaculate. I am the all-pervading one, unlimited by time, unbounded by space, pure and holy by my own nature. I am infinite, and an abode of immortal knowledge and perfect freedom. I am the Absolute, the eternal bliss, pervading everywhere, within and without. I am the only one, pure, unchangeable, and uniform essence or entity, birthless and deathless. I am the everlasting principle of dynamic existence beyond the reach of imagination, destitute of all duality and unity. I am neither inaccessible or accessible to knowledge, neither bound nor free, and neither a doer nor an enjoyer. I am the one and all. I am ever all myself. None else exists. I am He, monistic, uncontradictable, attributeless bliss. I am beyond concentration, beyond meditation, beyond yoga, and all other practices. I am indivisible and of the nature of the self-resplendent consciousness. I am the consciousness of the reality which does not admit to differentiation. I alone am all-inclusive, constitute the ultimate goal and self-consciousness, pure and simple. I am absolutely non-dual in my nature. I am indeed Brahman, without difference, without change, and of the nature of reality. Knowledge and bliss. I am the living ocean of ecstasy that rages wild and surges and storms and levels down the earth and heavens. I send such continuous wave after wave of inarticulate ecstasy into the world, drowning deep and scattering all its thoughts and cares. I beat in every breast, see in every one, throb in every pulse, smile in every flower, shine in the lightning and roar in the thunder. I flutter in the leaves. I bliss, rather I hiss in the winds, and I roll in the infinity, both within and without. I am the one in all, and all in one. I am the impersonal personality of the whole universe. What can make me afraid? I care not for nature's laws. Death is a joke to me, and I am the death of death. I am the infinite, the eternal, and the immortal self. Me, no fire can burn, no water dissolve, no air dry, and no sword pierce. I am the supreme self, before whose magnitude the suns and moons and all their systems appear as insignificant specks in the ocean, and before whose glory space melts away into nothingness. Time vanishes into non-existence, and causation dwindles into emptiness, ranging beyond names and forms, passing free into woods and forests, mountains and rivers, into day and night, clouds and stars passing free into men and women, animals and angels, as the self of each and all am I. Truth flows from me just as light radiates from the sun and fragrance emanates from a flower. Sometimes it rushes and envelops all, rumbling and thundering, shaking and waking the world into the true import of life. I fill and fill the whole world with this one truth of freedom. My Godhead, I am the transcendental bliss, the absolute intelligence, the supreme synthesis of consciousness that shines in the shrine of every heart. I am the divine inner harmony of the universe, in the unruffled stillness of the soul. I am the one music of all life in the deepest depths. I am the immutable and indestructible Atman, the dynamic principle of existence, and the infinite ocean of everything glee. In my presence, all hells and heavens are effaced into shadowy nothingness. The whole universe is a mere bubble, ever ready to burst. Thank you. That is Babaji's words. Those are the Babaji's words. When you felt